to you all about the Main Character Club. So I get a lot of questions about the club and how I started it and how I built a community and just what it's all about. So we're going to talk about the Main Character Club today. So for a little bit of context, I moved to Scotland 3.5 years ago as a self-employed photographer. When I got here, really struggled to get clients, really struggled to get bookings in that first year. Had about 6 bookings in my first year, and that was mostly because I was tapping into kind of like a wrong, like not a wrong market, but a market that wasn't translatable from Australia to the UK. So I really had to pivot the business and change it. I've had to pivot my business many times. I used to be a wedding photographer, a boudoir photographer, an event photographer. I have been everything under the sun. I've taught photography, I've taught mindset and manifestation, and now we are here with the Main Character Club and Main Character photo shoots as part of my brand Scotland Magic. So I started this, I kind of fell into it a little bit by accident, to be honest, and I'm not gonna lie, it was definitely the influence of Sarah J Maas and the adult fantasy realm. I was never much of a fantasy girly, or, you know, kind of, I think a lot of people say your 30s are about rediscovering what you loved as a teenager, and I did like fantasy. I was a big Twilight girly and Vampire Academy girly, for anybody who was on that train. But yeah, I really found that I kind of let that go and forgot about it, and then into my 30s, you know, rediscovered, or I think this whole new genre of fantasy came out, and you know, we love a spicy book talk over here. So I was reading these books and felt really inspired by them and really wanted people to feel how those books made us feel, like main characters, like leading ladies of our own lives. And so I launched this concept of the main character photo shoot, and the first time I did it, I didn't have a lot of confidence in it when I first did it. I was feeling like not 100% in what I was offering and how the shoot was, and you know, just really struggled after having such a big break from my work, because as I said, I'd only had 6 bookings one year, so I just was like, oh my god, what am I doing? So I took a big break from it, and then at the end of that year, I think it was 2021 perhaps, I had 3 clients kind of back to back in a week, and it was pissing down rain in Edinburgh. I'm talking absolutely bucketing, and all 3 of those clients were like, no worries Gabby, we are happy to get in the rain, we want to take advantage of it. And I was like, cool, love these people, these are my type of people. So we really like zoned in. It was November, it was absolutely freezing. We really zoned in on creating magic in this, you know, cinematic kind of realm of feeling like the main character of their lives. And I just loved the shoots, loved the photographs and the footage that we produced. So I started to share that on TikTok, and it went viral. It went crazy. So I went from having 6 bookings in one year to having 111 the next year. So shit escalated very quickly, very gratefully escalated, and I just like landed on this amazing golden nugget of a photo shoot style, these main character photo shoots. And because it comes from a place of genuinely wanting people to feel like the best versions of themselves, even though I've had many business iterations, the kind of running thread and theme through all of this has been, I love seeing people thrive in life. It brings me so much joy to see people doing great things and feeling like the best version of themselves. It makes me so genuinely happy. So it's always been like a running theme through any business or shoot style that I've offered. So the main character shoots just seemed like they were always meant to be for me. I just had to kind of work. And a lot of people can look at that and see, oh, it must have been an overnight success, but I've been working as a photographer for over 10 years and obviously relocated, struggled to get work. So it has been a lot of work to get to this point, but I'm so grateful that we're here now and things are thriving. We even have 2 other photographers in the business, and things are just, you know, really booming, which is incredible, and I'm super grateful for. So basically I had this year last year of 112 shoots, and I also realized that I wanted to make it even more accessible and to add another element into everything. My background is also in events, so in Australia I was an event manager and photographer, self-employed photographer, and worked as an event manager, and I really missed that as well, and just found that there was this lack of fun things to do in Edinburgh. London and Sydney, tons of things to do. In Edinburgh, was kind of struggling to find like fun, really unique things to do. And as I've said in one of my previous videos about making pals, I do really find that you make friends when you do unique things together, really specific niche things together, versus just going for a coffee or drinks or dinner or whatever. And if you meet somebody to go fire twirling or sword fighting or going to a ceilidh, you probably all have something kind of in common, and that's where you truly find your people. So I thought, okay, how do I bring this main character energy into a group environment, group scenario? First event that I launched was a main character photo walk. It sold out in like 3 minutes, and 15 women came along, and I taught them how to pose for pictures, how to take pictures of one another. And because I think that was where the main character energy thing came from, you know, with being in photographs and actually capturing moments of your life and making sure that you remember your life by being in photos, leaving a legacy, if you will. So taught all these women how to take photos, how to pose for them, and we had such a blast. It was so much fun. So fun that we did it again. It sold out again, and I was like, okay, there's definitely something to this. The group started to grow dramatically dramatically. I put it on TikTok and it grew by 1,000 members overnight, and I was like, oh my god, because we had a crazy video go viral, all these women joining it, and I was like, wow, I really need to step it up and put more of this on. There's obviously a desire for it. So I continued to put on events of all kinds of variety, from fire twirling to Kayleys to sword fighting to flower crown making. We've done so much in the club already. It's actually wild how many fun and unique things we've done, and I personally learned as well so many cool new skills and have seen some really incredible friendships blossom from it, which brings my heart so much joy to see people go and meet up after the events, or be friends. Like we had a few people reflecting over coming to one of the first events and still being besties like to this day, and I just can't even believe that something that I was able to bring into the world was helped people meet each other and become friends. I just, like, honestly, I can't even tell you, if you're watching this, like how much joy it brings me. And if ever I have a low day or I'm like struggling or think, what am I doing, this is all chaos, which is quite frequent, when those messages come through, it just reminds me why I do it, and it brings me so much joy and happiness. So thank you for everybody who always messages me and tells me these beautiful things, because you have no idea the impact that it has when you do shoot me a message or tag me and stuff. I continued to encourage the club to grow, and it's built over the time that we've been running it. And then I just decided, you know what, I want to do something bigger. I want to grow it bigger. At this point, we'd hit about 5,000 members in the Facebook group. The community was getting huge, and I thought I want to put on a whole month of events in March this year. And that was a challenge. It was a feat. It was crazy. We sold out 300 tickets in 45 minutes. It was absolutely insane. And we booked 30 events out across the whole month of March. So basically from Wednesdays to Sunday, every single day we had an event. On weekends, 2 events a day. We again had things like silversmithing, wine and tarot night, coffee conversations, hot girl hikes. We had photo shoots. We just, honestly, there was so much going on. We had Hobbit picnics. Oh, that was insane. We had so much going on, and it was absolutely incredible and exhausting. It was pretty intense. And what I did originally think was, I really want the Main Character Club to be all the time, so that people have access to it all the time, and there's plenty of events running, and I was going to hire a ton of facilitators to do this. But I had a big break just recently, went to America and Lisbon for a couple of weeks, and really just let myself sit and think about, what do I want to do with the club? What's the purpose? What's the intention? What do I want to create moving forward? And how do I stand out as a point of difference? Especially because I've noticed in the last year or so, a lot of these types of events popping up, which is amazing because the city absolutely needs them. And I'm only one girl. I can only do so many things. So I thought, what's the next iteration for the Main Character Club? We're now sitting at 6,700 members in the Facebook group. We've got a sold out summer camp in August. So there's 43 women coming to a summer camp for 3 days. Over half of the attendees are coming from overseas, which is absolutely wild. But again, I never realized the impact that the club would have in encouraging women to travel solo, to come over and meet people in a new country. Like, that also just absolutely blows my mind. So the summer camp was really, an opportunity for me, one, to put on something a little bit bigger and to open it up to a bigger group of people, because we were selling out all these smaller events so much quicker, but to push me as well to try new things. And honestly, if I have like a bit more budget to play with, I can throw something even crazier together for people and just create these really unique and incredible scenarios for people to meet and push themselves out of their comfort zone, be leading ladies, and just live like the main character of their life. So summer camp sold out in 3 minutes. It was crazy. I cried, bawled my eyes out. I couldn't believe that it just popped off as much as it did. And again, so grateful to everyone who's attending. It's going to blow your mind. I cannot wait for it. So I really have decided that the way the Main Character Club is going to go moving forward is these larger-ish scale events of around 40 to 60 people, never bigger than that. I mean, never say never, but for now, around that 40 to 60 people, where we have pockets of groups within that to still foster that intimacy, to still foster that close environment where you do actually get to make friends, rather than turning up to something that's got thousands of people and it's very hard to kind of interact or meet people. So for me, it's about, how do I create these pockets of tight-knit little scenarios where you can still meet people, because I think that was the kind of unique selling point, or I think that's what people always left the Main Character Club events feeling, really connected with others, and have left with at least one other pal and a new skill, and just feeling really taken care of and really special, because I want everyone who interacts with the Main Character Club event to feel like the main character and to feel super special. So while the Main Character Club grows, I want to maintain that integrity, I want to maintain that ethos in the club. a lot of people ask me, how do I make this? How do I make a community in my hometown, in my country? How do I do this? And it has to come from a place of integrity. It has to come from a place of passion. And as I said, one of my biggest passions in my life is seeing women step into the leading roles of their life, to really take their life seriously and live with no regrets and do these things and push their comfort zone and make pals and redefine who they are, you know, and like really just challenge any preconceptions and ideas they have about themselves. So my passion for that is so strong that I think you can tell that energy when people join the club or they book in, that I give a shit about people. I give a shit about women and seeing women grow and pushing them out of their comfort zone as well, and giving them a safe environment to do so. So it wasn't for me just about like, how do I make money and how do I do this? That's never been the forefront of the club. To be honest, the first year of the club basically made literally no money. There was zero profit in that. It was just me building it and figuring it out and being passionate and just wanting to bring people together. And now it's starting to make a profit a year later, which is still incredible for a new business, but it's never been the forefront of my mind of like, what do I have to do to make money in this? It's how do I connect women better? How do I get more women in here? How do I do unique scenarios that they've never seen before to really challenge them? How do I do these things? So it's a passion element. So as I said, I have a lot of people contacting me saying, how do I do this in my country? How do I do it? And I never want to say, don't do it, or, you know, like it's mine and you can't have it. Like the more safe spaces we create for women, the better, and men and anyone who wants to create a safe space for any pocket of people is absolutely incredible. But it has to come from here. It has to come from a passion point. It has to come from a desire to connect people. It has to come from a desire to make a change in people's lives. You know, I mean, that is, as I said, as the ethos of the business and of the Main Character Club. So as long as your ethos and your values are true and your why is strong, you'll just find that you are able to create content like very naturally, that you'll draw and magnetize people to you with ease. I've done plenty of things in my previous businesses that were a little bit a bit more of a struggle or harder to bring people in, because even though I valued it and it was important, it's never felt as strong as what I feel here. I think without tooting my own horn, I've always found it relatively easy to pull people in to attend my events or to attend events, but because it always comes from a place of authenticity. I genuinely love what I do. I genuinely want to help women connect and step up into these leading roles of their life. So it always comes from a place of passion and joy and enthusiasm, rather than just like, oh, how do I get a group of 6,000 people because that would be great, or how do I make money off of all of these people? So think about your intention, and from there you'll just kind of naturally find that these people magnetize to you. If you want some more specific information, I'm so happy to answer and make another video about that. But also, you know, as I said, I am figuring this out as I go, and I think the biggest thing that you can do is just start. Just put yourself out there, see what people think, see if there's a desire, and just start to create, start to put things out there. Imperfect action beats perfect in action every single time. That is my motto for life. I started it without a branding kind of kit, without knowing what I was going to do. I just kind of thought, fuck it, I'll just figure it out and throw it out there. And that's just how I work, and that's how my energy works, and my business has always worked, is I just like to throw it out there, see how it works, and adjust and refine from there. And we're still refining, and we'll continuously refine, and it's just going to get bigger and better from there. So that is how the Main Character Club came to be. There's some words of advice and wisdom if you're looking to start something quite similar, or if you're here and you're wondering what the Main Character Club is and whether you want to jump on in, come and join us. We're mccscotland.com, or you can join our Facebook group as well. We've got some pretty exciting things coming, including a Yule Ball at the end of the year, a Sky Road trip, and we are also in the development of a Main Character Academy, which I can't share too much with you just now, but something very, very exciting is coming for that. So I can't wait to take you on that journey as well. It's going to be pretty freaking cool. But oh, pardon me. Thank you so much. Thank you for watching. Thanks for joining into today's video. If you have any questions or any content that you'd like me to continue to create, please pop them in the comments below. As I said, I'm quite new to YouTube. Still figuring it out, still figuring out how I like to create content, what people want to see, and all that jazz. So yeah, if there's anything that you would love to see, or any words of advice or wisdom for me and the content I can create for you, pop them down below. Like, subscribe, share, do all of the things, and I'll see you guys next time.